Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Foreign Blood TV. Today we want to talk about Queen Opp. Queen Opp, let me put you up on game. See, you seem to be angry at the world because of your situation. And I get it. Me of all people, I get it. I know you think you're the only one the only one to have children with disabilities, or, I think you might think you're the first one to do this. Queen Opp, do you know how many of us cry in the car? You're not alone. You're not the first to do it. You ain't going to be the last to do it. But let me tell you something. You need to have self-accountability. Do you know why you have a child with autism? Because you had unprotected you-know-what. And that just happens to be what the higher power gave you. Had you initially not been out there losing wild and unprotected, it would have never happened. Just like me. See, I have two children with disabilities, and do you know what? I wouldn't have those two children with disabilities if I wasn't moving like a wild woman, unprotected. Right? Because anytime you go and do the do, there's a 50% chance that you could walk away with a bun in the oven. It could go either way. And then you being a woman that's been pregnant multiple times, you know what I'm saying? You know how this works. This ain't your first rodeo. This ain't the first time you tried it. This ain't the first time you followed through. Now, I am going to say this because I'm a fair woman. No, first of all, let's talk about the young man giving you advice. Young man, you are giving her excellent advice. But I'm going to say this. We all know, and I'm not saying she shouldn't do it, because you should still correct and guide your child. I'm not saying that. But unless you have a child with autism, what you don't realize is they're going through things all day long. And there's a lot of the time, a lot of the times throughout the day that you can't console them. This isn't like something that just happens like here or there. No. This is all day, every day. All day. All day. And it doesn't matter how much you talk, and it doesn't matter how much you console and hug or try to redirect. A moment is a moment. And they have a lot of moments. And sometimes, this is what I want you to realize. You guys realize that don't have these children. Sometimes we're just trying to make it through the moment. Yeah, that might not be the right answer. But if that's what we got to do is pick up a child or hug a child or whatever we got to do to make it through that moment. Because those moments are all day for us. They're all day. There's no time for any other moment. They control our days. And it's a hard thing to go through. It's a very hard thing to go through. When you got a child that can't make it through an hour without what do we want to call it? Emotional uproar? But I don't know what we even want to call it at this point. It's all day, every day. It don't go away. So, young man, you're telling her everything right. But when it comes to autistic children, the rules are a whole lot different. And it ain't even about sometimes it ain't even about us making it through the moment. It's about the child making it through the moment. Who's it even fair for? You don't know how that child, let me tell you something. When any autistic child is having a moment like that where they're distressed, loud, this, that, there are things they do on their own. And you have to let them go through this range of emotions to come back to where they started at. It's an emotional game. That's what their life is. They can't control their emotions, their feelings. They can't. And sometimes a cry might not even be a cry, because I'm mad. It might just be a noise. I'm just saying. There's so much more into that. But Queen Opp, let me get back to you. You ain't the first. You ain't the last. And you had 9 months to know you was having a baby. You're out there having unprotected. So you as a woman, I understand everybody falls on their luck every now and then. I get it. But you're just kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to do nothing. And I'm just going to hope people give me something. And it don't work like that. You, ma'am, you have to get a job. Your child has to go to daycare. It's what you have to go on. You're just going to live off her little, if she ain't getting a check, she'll get a check at one point. You're just going to live off of that. You're getting older now. You got to think about you. You got to think about your retirement. You know, where's she going to go when you get old? Did you figure that out yet? You won't be here forever, sis. You're not. You're not going to be here forever. And ain't nobody going to pick her up and hug her and chase her around and go through the exact same thing you do. So do you have a plan for it when that happens? So you need to be a little bit more proactive because this is all bigger than, you see what I'm saying? I understand falling down on your luck. I get that. I get that, Miss Opp, Queen Opp. I get it. But we are in control of our own destiny. Wherever we end up at is because we allowed ourselves to end up there. No matter how bad it gets, there's always a way to work yourself out of it. I haven't seen no signs of employment for the past couple before you even had this baby. You were dependent on social media. I mean, there was times when you're like every other woman in the world. Are we just supposed to live off of excuses? Why we didn't do this? Why we didn't do that? Why this ain't going on? I mean, is that how it works out? We just say things and it's okay, overlook it. But then you get mad when people be like, well, hey, why you ain't on your ish? You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You should be. So it's like, you got to pick a side. And then you want to go on social media and put your business on the air. And, you know, you're like a lot of other content creators where you feel like you ain't got to, you can put your business out there, but can't nobody have their own opinion. If you put your business out there, people are going to have their own opinion. And there's like nothing you can do about that. But you've been in social media so long. So it's like, yeah, you want their money, but you don't want to hear their mouth. If it's true or not true what they're saying. And then you think you can talk to people any type of way. And that young man was right. Everything someone says don't deserve a response. You ain't going to meet half these people. Half these people, you always have the typical troll, okay? You're always going to get that. But when you have so many people saying the same thing, it becomes a you thing. You do crash out. Queen Opp, you do. Are we lying? You're not a crash out all of a sudden? You're not that person? We made it up? So it's like you want to be treated a certain way, but you want to act a certain way. Now, if I get on here and crash out, regardless whatever age I am, if I get on here and crash out, and people form an opinion on me, or I show every bad decision I make, or just show that I ain't moving right as a woman, and I show you guys that, and then people form an opinion, whose fault is that? That would be my fault. How can I be mad when I displayed that side of me? I thought it was okay to act like an animal or move wrong or be full of bad decisions, and I did it publicly. Because once you come online, you become a public figure. Oddly enough, as if we didn't know that. So Queen Opp, yeah, let me tell you something. So you finna have this baby. Okay, you ain't like any other woman. You got to work to take care of your children, sis. That's what you got to do. You're not the first one with a child with some type of ailment. You're not. There's going to be many days you cry in the car, or cry in the room, or cry right at work. It is what it is. Get over it, sis. This is what life has given you. Okay? That's how it works. Some of us, because I'm one of those people, we just get thrown these situations and we're like, we feel like it ain't fair, it ain't this, it ain't, but it's our situation. How long we just gonna sit there and we cry enough? We're gonna make excuses too? So we're gonna cry and make excuses. Oh, because that's gonna do what? You want this pity party for something you created. Now I understand sometimes we need some support. I understand sometimes we need to vent. Oh yeah, we definitely need to vent. I get it. But we also have to work to fix whatever we have going on. And not everything we do is gonna work. But we have to try. We just can't say, hey, this is what it is, this is where I'm at, this is the situation, woe is me. Since when did that ever, whoever did that work out for? Let me know who that worked out for. So either you're going to dig in and try to fix it, or you continue to go down the path. Now you got 2 children that are with you. You got other children, but you got 2 that are with you. 2 you're responsible for. So those excuses mean nothing, because every last one of those children you have, they had because you were doing what you had to do to have those children. So this is your situation, sis. You got to figure it out. You got to fix it. So you can come on here and talk about it all day long and hope for whatever help and ask for help. And you deserve help for the kids, not even for you. So I get it. I get it. All else fails, the kids deserve it. We get it. But you just can't depend on other people's help. It don't work like that. You think someone's going to take care of you and those children until what? They're 18 and you think that's how it's going to work? It don't work like that. You have to take care of you and your children. That's why they're yours. They're your responsibility. They're yours. It's whatever's clever for yours. It ain't never no excuses. Quit making excuses. Take care of yours. Happy Saturday. I love you guys. May you have the best day ever. Please, did I say thanks for watching the video? Who probably did. I think I did. Part 2. But anyways, please like, hype, subscribe, share my video, leave a comment. When you guys leave a comment, when you guys like my video, those are the things that get me into the algorithm. So, I will see you on the next video. Continue to have the best weekend ever.